Testing 1, 2. Well, hello there, everybody. Happy Thursday. Welcome to the Zone of Control podcast. I'm Cardboard Commander, and we are here to do our weekly live podcast. I'm thanking everybody who has stopped by so far. We've got a couple people in here, so I want to say hi. Make sure you say hi to everybody, and we'll get this going rather quickly. As you guys know, I try to keep this to about a half an hour, so we'll jump right in this pretty quickly. The first thing I'm sure that's on your all's mind is if you saw my short earlier in the week, I lost the rule book to Monty's Gamble Market Garden. I don't know what the heck I did with it. I know I had it. I took it. I don't know. I must have taken it someplace to read the rules, and I'll find it eventually. But my wife looked all over. I looked all over. So I had to go to my handy-dandy printing store and get it printed up. I do like the comb binding, you know, that's kind of nice. It lays flat, but I don't know about you guys, but I can't believe I lost it. I don't know where it went to, and I have no idea what I did with it. So that was kind of odd. I hope you guys are having decent weather. It's beautiful here in Northwest Arkansas. Today we were about 75 degrees, and it was fantastic outside. We're hoping the weather stays that way for the next couple of days. I've been getting to play a little bit, so that's been kind of nice. And other than that, we've just been kind of doing our own thing. So we're going to go ahead and jump right into this now. This week's show is going to be live. Next week's show is recorded. I've already recorded it because I will be gone. But let's talk about this week. So this week we're going to talk about our night playing Wolfpack with Jester, Nerd Workshop, and Mike Berticelli. I always say his name wrong. Then we're going to talk about Western Front Ace, the YouTube edition. We've had some great fun with that, and that should actually be online now, sortie number 3. And then we're going to talk about the 10-game challenge, see where you guys are at, and see where I'm at. And then today's topic is going to be things I use to make wargaming more enjoyable to me. So these may not be things that make your wargaming life a little better, but they are things that kind of make mine a little better. So I really appreciate that about that. So we'll talk about that. And then I'm going to do my weekly spiel about Combat Commander Vietnam. Really looking forward to this game. And if you guys haven't got it, you should go out and check it out. So if you are in the live stream, make sure you hit give us a thumbs up, say hi to everybody. And we're going to go ahead and get started here. So Tuesday night, I was supposed to play Wolfpack with Nerd Workshop, ID Jester, and Mike Berticelli, but I had internet issues most of the day, and so I wasn't able to get on, and so I wasn't able to play. Now, the good news is I think the next time Mike did take both boats, and so I think I will be able to jump in the next time and not lose anything. So I think that's going to be I think that'll be kind of cool. But so have you guys played Wolfpack? I finally read the rules. Looks like I got all that squared away. Hey Christoph, how are you? Jeff, thanks for stopping by, buddy. And so I read the rules. Like I said, Mike was playing. I did watch the replay of it, and Mike was doing a great job, and I was actually doing very well because I wasn't there. But really looking forward to playing some Wolfpack and going forward there. So I do apologize to you guys that since I couldn't make it, ID Jester, Nerd Workshop, and Mike, I'll make it next time. I do apologize. So if you guys haven't got to catch the Western Front Ace campaign that I'm doing, we are now on mission 3, and I completed mission 3. It should be online as we speak. And out of the 6 people that started, ID Jester, Nate from the Board Game Bunker, Tony's Board Life, Rough Swordman, and Stuka Joe and the Player's Aid. As of now, we have 1 person left from the original 6. Not that they've all died, but a couple of them have been wounded, so they had to sit out a sortie. So this next sortie, we've had to add a couple people. So it has been really fun to play, and I'm going to let you guys watch the video, but the one person who has not been scathed yet should not surprise you. This guy wins at every war game that he plays, and it just it baffles me on how he does that. Hey, Joe, how are you doing? Thanks for stopping by. Now, we did lose somebody, and they did die, and I feel bad. Again, I hate to spoil it, but Stuka Joe met his demise. And it was kind of funny because when you watch the playthrough, he made 2 or 3 really bad mistakes. The card even said bad mistake. And you would think a guy with the name Stuka in his name would be a given to win this campaign. But Zilla Blitz will also miss a little bit of time, and as will Tony's Board Life. They're both out for a little bit, just for a scenario. So, Christoph, you are in flight school. You will go through flight school the next time we're playing, and then Blue Tweezers will be added. And there's one other person. I forgot who it was. There's one other internet person that's going to be taking over. So maybe we'll look at that before we get going too far. I've got a little, it's kind of funny. I'm kind of a nerd when it comes to this stuff, if you guys couldn't guess. And so I have this, I'll drag this over here. I have this little board that I have that I keep track of everybody for the campaign. So as you can see, Zilla Blitz. So Flight A, which is Jester and Zilla Blitz, they have one victory. They actually knocked down a 2-seater. Poor Nate's down here in the dead pool. Patrick's Tactics is joining Wardrobe, as Tony's Board Life has to sit out 1 round. So if you have to sit out only 1 round, then all I'm doing is making you sit out 1 round, and we'll rotate you back in. Anything more than one sortie, then you go to the back of the line, kind of like Rough Swordsman is over here. But he'll get back into the rotation. On the second squadron, we have Patrick's Tactics. They will go through training next week. Wardrobe did well. They shot down 1 scout. And then we have Blue Tweezers and Christoph over there. And yeah, Christoph, I didn't know what to put up there for you, so I figured I would put the flag up there for you, and you wouldn't be disappointed. So those 2 guys on the next video, they will go through training before we go and do that. The way I do the campaign, guys, is everybody flies the same mission. So next time, the defensive line patrol will be the mission. And at that time, all 6 pilots do the mission, but I just do them 1 at a time and kind of build the story up. But it's all happening like simultaneously, so that's kind of cool. But I keep all the stats here, and then we have a flight room where we keep what all their experience is. So if they're an active pilot, they're in here, and it kind of tells you, it keeps track of it. But just a little nerd thing that I keep track of. And hey, Richard, thanks for stopping by, buddy. I like your avatar. That Corsair is awesome. And then I've had people ask if I'm playing any ASL game or Vassal or anything, it's all on here. And basically what I do here is I just keep my turns in here. So like I'm playing Antietam, I keep what turn we're at. On Vassal, we keep the turns in here. And so it just keeps everything organized. I'm just a project manager at heart, and so I just have always done it this way. I'm playing a game of Paths of Glory, same way. Whenever I get the new turn, I just keep it all in here and everything. So I'll quit boring you with that material. And but yeah, so you guys should go check out. And I really do, man, you guys have been great with the feedback for Western Front Ace. It's been great. So Keith, how are you, buddy? Thanks for coming in tonight. So if you guys get a chance, go check out the video. It should be up as of now. It should be up. I just uploaded it. So tell me what you think, and we'll move on here. So I am playing for the War Game Challenge. I am on game number 3, which is Monty's Gamble Market Garden. I have it set up. It's right there on the table. And like I said, I had to get my rule book printed off. That's one nice thing about having the rules online digitally. I just sent them right to Staples, and they did a good job. And now I have a rule book. And then I will be starting the lamps. Stuka Joe in the house. So Stuka, I don't know if you heard the bad news, my friend, but you were KIA'd this afternoon in Western Front Ace, and that's a bummer. So it was kind of funny because there was a couple times where you were flying defensive, and the card said bad move, and I was telling everybody, I said the guy with the name Stuka in his name should be the one that's winning this campaign. But unfortunately, there, Stuka, you have joined Nate in the dead pool. So sorry about that, but hope you continue to watch, and thanks for being a good sport. So we're back here. Looks like Christoph said, yeah, so 2 minutes ago. So it's on there. So you can see how your demise was there, Stuka. On the 22nd, I'm starting playing. The lamps are going out from Compass Games. That will be another one. Absolutely. You'll see when you see the video, I felt so bad. But yeah, the parachute just wasn't available to you. But I'm going to be playing lamps that are out. It's a World War I game from Compass. I've heard great things about it. Really looking forward to playing it. I don't know if you guys have played it or not, but I'm really looking forward to getting it on the table. So I should have, in the next couple of weeks, 4 of my games done already. So, which is good because summertime gets extremely busy for me. We spend a lot of time outdoors during the summer. So, all right. So now we're going to talk about things that I use that make wargaming more enjoyable. And these are just the little things that don't come with the games, but things that I use that help me keep track of the games and that sort of thing. If you watch the Western Front Ace, I have these 2 huge 20-sided or 30-sided dice that I use to keep track of the initiative and everything. And it's just really easy to have those on there. People can see them when I'm doing the filming. Also, on the filming, I've moved part of my filming into another room. So I'm hoping that the lighting and everything's okay. If not, let me know. Give me some feedback. Sorry, everybody. Give me some feedback and tell me how I might. Stuka, maybe you can tell me how I can improve it. It looked pretty good, I thought, but I always like to get other people's feedback. But when we come back to the like I said, the things that I use to make wargaming more enjoyable, these are just things that I use. Nothing too crazy, but it just makes the game a little easier for me to play. So the first thing we're going to talk about is, of course, the dice tower. Everybody's got to have a dice tower, right? So a friend of mine made this for me on his 3D printer for my ASL games. And then this is probably my favorite dice tower, just because it folds up into this little tiny little thing. And it's real easy to carry around. So I'll take it to tournaments. Now, of course, when I'm at ASL tournaments, the only thing to use for dice is the glass. I have an ASL SoCal glass that I use that I use for ASL, because when you go to an ASL tournament, nothing sounds better than a bunch of dice rattling around in the glass. So Jim Cutter Guy, lighting looks good. Thank you, sir. Appreciate that. And thanks, Stuka. I appreciate you checking it out. Really do respect your opinion. And so again, dice trays. Everybody's got to have a dice tray, right? Everybody's got to have a tons of dice. And so I don't know about you guys. Do you guys keep the dice in your boxes, or do you take the dice out and just have them in other things? I take them out of my box. So I have them in these little Tupperware things. They're easy to store, and I've got them by size. So it's, again, just an organization thing that I do. But keep my dice in there. Thread, So if you guys play any tactical games, ASL particularly, you got to have thread to make sure you know how to get line of sight and all that. So, and then those are the two 20, 30-sided dice I use. They work out really good. I have the dice tray and take the dice out. Yep. So I kind of the same way with this one, Christoph, is a small one. I just I like dice trays though, especially. So it's kind of funny. I like to play a lot of the games when my wife goes to bed. My wife's a school teacher and gets up at ungodly hour of 5 o'clock, 4:30 some days. And so she'll go to bed, and I hate to make a lot of noise. That's one reason I went to the other room so I could film. In fact, last night she didn't realize what I was doing, and she thought I was talking to myself in there. But I use this dice tower back here, the one with the little red felt, because it's a felt thing. It's really quiet. You can never tell when we're rolling. Then I've got my tweezers. So I got a couple sizes of tweezers there that I like to use. I've always used tweezers, so it's just been something I've always been. I don't know if you guys like to use them or not. Most of the games now, so back in the day, and I'm sure Stuka can relate to this, is man, you used to have counters stacked on top of counters, and it was real hard and tedious, and the counters were small, not like they are today. And so tweezers probably aren't as needed as much today, but I do play ASL, and if you play ASL, you really do need to have some tweezers. Underneath that, I have a bag that I put chits in for drawing chits. I do use a cup from time to time. I've got, I'm getting ready to play Craig. I'm getting ready to play that. I got it set up on my table. And so the chits are all in here. I just keep those there. That's some little advertising for our company. But so I keep that. But I do like the dice bag. That came in really handy when we were doing enemy action Kharkov. And while we're on the, let's see, what does Stuka Joe say here? When filming, I like to use color-coded dice for the side that is rolling. Gray for German. Yep, absolutely. So you'll see in the replay that we did for Western Front Ace, the Germans were the black dice because they're the bad guys, and the French were the blue dice. So I try to do the same thing. And, again, it's just one of those war game things. But I do like the chit bag, and it came in really handy for playing enemy action Kharkov. I do have some news. So Christoph and I are going to start on the 22nd, and we're going to play the 2-player game of enemy action Kharkov. And I think we're not going to do it live, but I'll probably record it. We're going to play it on Vassal. So hopefully you'll get to hang out and get to meet Christoph a little bit. He's been a great supporter of the channel. I look forward to playing some games with him. If you notice my little coaster over here, so this is one of the coolest things I've ever gotten at an ASL tournament. So they gave away these coasters, and they're like a tank chit thing, and that's awesome. So I have one in both of my offices, and so I really do like that. You got to have a coaster for your drink. And then I use these little marker cups, so you can get these things. I keep hitting the mic. Sorry, folks. I use these little things. I think I got them 6 for $5 or $6. And then you can put the little chits in there. So if you want to have them by your game table, it's really nice to have by your game table. And then I know another thing that a lot of people think I'm weird about, and that's these bingo. So I use these transparent bingo things. I know you guys can't see them too well, but they're little transparent bingo things, and you can put them on the map. So I'll put them for victory conditions, that sort of thing, just to mark that and keep track of that. So, and you can buy 1,000 of them for nothing. So let's see. Stuka says, what camera to use to film? Is an iPhone by any chance? No, I'm actually an Android guy, but I'm actually filming on a Canon old DSLR or a GoPro. Like my webcam here is a GoPro. I do a lot of GoPro stuff for my real job, and so I have 3 or 4 of them running around. So I use one as a webcam, and they have really good picture anyhow. And but yeah, I don't use my phone to do, just because I'm afraid it's going to overheat. I do have a Google phone and it takes great video, but yeah. So I know you, Stuckey, you do a lot of stuff on your iPhone, and it's good stuff. So, but again, I use those tokens. Some of the other things I use. Oh, to go back. So I found these online, and they're card holders, right? So just for when you're playing cards. But I like the way they hold up the player's aids, so you can have the player's aids kind of sticking up. They don't take up a lot of room. And when I'm playing Combat Commander online for the ladder, I'll have the scenario and everything up by the screen so I can see it. But I really like those, and those were like $4 or $6, something like that. Not expensive at all. I'm a cheap guy, so if I've got it, it doesn't cost a lot of money. So now we go to the next side here. So I've got another kind of look here, and one of the things that I really like is this game table. So I have to thank my wife for this game table. So she does a lot of Cricut stuff, where they make the little stuff for T-shirts and cups and all that sort of thing. And she wanted a table, a crafting table for her room. So I bought her this table, and each of these limbs over here, they fall down, right? So if you sit here, like this piece and this piece fold down. So it's only this wide if you want to just put it up against the wall. And it's big. That's a full-size game right there. And I'll go into the cat-proof cover there for a minute. But this thing's been a game changer. It's been really nice. And I like the fact that it's tall enough where I can put a bar chair next to it, so I don't have to sit in a little chair and do that. So I really do enjoy this table. The rolling shelf, the reason I have it is if you see my tripod, I run my camera off that jackery right there, which is so I don't have to have batteries in my camera, so I don't have to worry about the battery going out in my camera. The cat-proof cover, you guys have all seen this. I've had multiple people ask me about this. It's just a piece of plexiglass bolted onto two 1x1s, and it sets the game up by about 1 inch. And so I can keep the game set up underneath with all the counters on it. And so when I play, I just take that off. I play the game, but then when I'm not going to be around, I put it back on. The cat jumps up there. No problem. The only thing the cat does try to do is, you've probably seen some video, they'll try to get underneath and bat it, but he can't get under there. So my cat-proof cover works really, really good. This tripod I used, you can see my camera way up here. Try to get the overhead shots on my camera and do that. This little touch light, you can use it. This thing was really nice too. It's like $15 from Amazon, and it just allows you to touch screen, and you can do the temperature thing on it. So it gives you a little bit of light. These maps I got from Decision Games and just put them in frames. One's Stalingrad over here, and then one is I think that one is the Napoleonic campaigns over here. And then, like I said, my bar chair. So that's kind of where how I set up everything and how I have everything set up. I did find, and on the next episode next week, you're going to see, yeah, Christoph, my cat, we love our cats. And it's weird. My other cat never jumps up on anything. I could leave she would just never jump up there. But our little Bandit is his name, and he can be a pain sometimes, but he's just very inquisitive, so he likes to check things out. But I found this puzzle table, and I think I actually have a picture of it. I think let me go into here real quick. Yeah. So this table here, this is a puzzle table, and it was like $32. And it's big enough to, like, this is Kaiser Craig. I'm getting ready to play it. It's all set up, ready to go. But the cool thing about this is there's drawers. You can kind of see the little knob down here. And the drawers, what I do is when I cover it with a piece of plexiglass so the cat can't get on it, then I can put all my dice and everything in the little drawers, and I can pick it up and carry it into another room. So this little puzzle, in fact, I liked it so much, I bought the big one because I think I'm going to put it on this table and have it. This little one comes with a little Lazy Susan, so you can spin it around. So if you're playing a game with somebody, because it's made for a puzzle for everybody to work on, but I've really been impressed with these things. But I'll be playing this game coming up next. I've got it all set up. I'm just now reading the rules, but it doesn't look too difficult. So we'll see how that goes. But again, so guys, tell me, what do you guys use? What's your what's your go-to that you have to have when you're gaming? You know, is it a dice tower? Is it, you know, what do you have to have when you're doing your wargaming that you like to have? Maybe it's something I need to look at. So I'm going to go ahead and talk about this again. So Combat Commander Vietnam. So for those of you who don't know, I really like Combat Commander. I really enjoy playing the game. I play in the ladder, and I have stayed away from Vietnam games. I guess a couple reasons, right? I remember my dad coming back from Vietnam. My dad was in the Air Force, and he was stationed at Da Nang. And I remember, you know, waiting for him to come home. I was a little kid, and, you know, just watching all the poor souls come home. And, you know, that's when they were coming home in body bags and just showing them on TV and Walter Cronkite and all that. And, you know, in my hometown of Albuquerque, there were riots and people just, it was just a tumultuous time. And so I just have never felt comfortable playing a Vietnam game. But I am going to give this a shot just to see how that comes out. What did Stuka say here? For games with one standard size paper map, I use a magnetic board. Oh, that's a great idea. I have paper underneath the shelf paper, and then that way the map goes on, and with the plexi it doesn't move around. But that's a great idea. I hadn't even thought about that. Magnetic board would be kind of nice. Christoph says the dice tower is a must-have in tweezers and when possible plexiglass, and I usually listen to some music. Yep. So it's kind of funny. My wife laughs at me because I'm a multitasker when it comes to playing games. So I'll have a game on and I'll be listening to somebody on YouTube, or I'll be listening to music, or I'm a big baseball sports fan, so I'll have a baseball game on. And so I always do like to have, or I'll have some jazz on or something. It just depends on what my mood is. But yeah, I like to have something going on in the background. But if you guys haven't thought about getting Combat Commander, and Vietnam, it's on pre-order right now. I think it's like $109, which is a lot. But it's $175 if you don't buy it now. So it'd be a good time to do that. So my dad was a doctor. He was drafted during Vietnam. Luckily, he served at Langley Air Force Base during the war. Yeah, you know, my dad had it. Like he said, my dad, I don't want to get off on too much of a tangent, but my dad and my two uncles were drafted in Korea when they were youngsters. And so he went and he was in a little more of the serious stuff in Korea. And then when he got out, he went to the farm and realized that he didn't want to work that hard. So he went and joined the Air Force, and he spent another 25 years in the Air Force and retired as an E9 out of the Air Force. But he was at Da Nang for a couple of years. And again, like he said, it wasn't anything for him, but it just, that was a hard time. And so Vietnam it's just not good, right? War is not good. I know we play games about it, but it's not a good thing. So, but again, just really do hope you guys want to check that out. On the side of the baseball thing, I got a quick question. So I play in an APBA baseball league, and I played in one from 86 to like 2006. And then I quit for a little while, and I've just got back in. So I've been, like anything else, I dive all the way in. And so I have a web page that we keep all the stats on, and I've been doing videos, and I put them on my on Combat Commander on YouTube. So I hope that's not frustrating people. I'm hoping people just don't watch it if they don't want to watch it. And but I won't. It's not going to become a sports channel by any means. But there are times when I will be playing baseball on there. So, well, folks, we're at the 29-minute mark. So again, just try to keep this at a half an hour. But I do have a couple of questions I want to ask you guys. So I've had a couple of people reach out to me, and they would like me to do some interviews of people. I don't know if I want to do that. Christoph, I'm glad you brought that up. So Fields of Fire, I'm going to need a lot to learn. About a week of getting the hang of chain of command. Right. So how about you guys? So I'm not diving into this yet. I looked at it when the first edition came out, and I remember reading the rules and putting it away, and I just it was horrible. The rule book was just awful, in my opinion. And now I do know a lot of people say this new second edition is better. The rule book's better. I don't know. I just, Christoph, I'm looking forward to hearing what you have to say about it. I don't know if I want to play another tactical level game. I really do like playing ASL's starter kit and Combat Commander. And I really would like to try Last 100 Yards. I haven't played it yet, but I hear it's really good. So that's just another game that I wouldn't mind playing. But yeah, I'm looking forward to, Christoph, to what you have to say about that. But so going back to the interview thing, I've had some people asking. I've actually had a couple game companies ask if I would have them on. So I've just kind of thought about what I would do there. I'm more inclined to have people on that are just people, right? That just like you and I like to hear about how other people got into the hobby and that sort of thing. So I may reach out to some folks and try to have them on. I've been thinking about maybe like 5 rapid fire questions or just something real quick where somebody's on for 10 minutes and I'm not wasting their time, and it's not a big deal. So just tell me your thoughts there if you guys like it. I'm very humbled that you guys even come and watch this stuff. I know you guys got a lot of things to do, and I'm just some knucklehead in Arkansas who likes to play war games. So, but I really do appreciate you. Let's see, what does Keith say? Yeah, so I've heard Last 100 Yards is really, really good. Again, I would like to try that out. Fields of Fire, like I said, it's just one of those things where I kind of got burnt on it when I opened it up, and I don't think I've seen a rule book as bad, in my opinion. And I remember so do you guys remember the old Squad Leader when it became Anvil, GI Anvil Victory? And boy, those rules were so convoluted. It was horrible. And so, it just, yeah, I don't know. I'm hoping Christoph can sway my opinion, because I do like the idea of the game. I do like the card aspect of the game, but I don't know. We're going to see here. What does Christoph say? Yeah. And Christoph, the one thing that I think you and I really are compatible on is I like the fact that I don't mind digging into a game, and I don't mind making mistakes and, that sort of thing. Enemy Action Kharkov was a prime example. I loved when people were giving feedback and doing timestamp. It was great, and everybody was respectful. So that's the only thing I asked for. I do another podcast, a motorcycle podcast, and sometimes it's not as respectful. But I think that's just part of part of what war gamers are and everything. So Stuka says, as interviewers, my experience. Yeah, and that's what I'm afraid of, Stuka, is I've had, I watch a lot of these interviewers, and sometimes I think the designers, look, I know it's their blood, sweat, and tears, and I know it's hard work, and I know it's a pain, and there's not a lot of reward for it. But I was in the corporate world for a long, long time, and you don't get any better if you can't take some feedback and learn from that feedback. And sometimes I think some of the designers just get a little butthurt over it. And I don't think anybody's trying to make them feel that way. I think they just want to make a better game. Now, there are some war gamers out there that, I'll be honest with you, they nitpick everything. And in fact, I'll tell you a quick story. I started putting disclaimers on my video of the ones I'm doing playthroughs on, because I have one guy who, I'm glad he watches, but he nitpicks every single video that I do. And look, 99% of the time he's right. But it's just the way he communicates it, and the way and again, it's over text or over email, so you don't know what the tone is, right? But it just, I don't know, sometimes it just comes across as crappy. And I feel like, this guy takes serious notes on stuff. And like Enemy Action Kharkov, I had Christoph. There was another guy, I forgot what his name was, James, I think it was. Man, they were fantastic, right? He had 1247, you did this, you could have done this, or you should have done this, and this is why. It was a teaching thing. It was great. And yeah, so I put a disclaimer now on my videos, and I just basically say, if you're here to watch the perfect playthrough, this is probably not the place to go. And if you want to give feedback, I'm all about feedback. Just be respectful about it and send me the feedback, and I'll take care of it. So, all right, Mike, hey, thanks for showing up. Hey, and I want to apologize directly to you for Tuesday night. Really bad internet issues, and I did watch the playthrough, and you did a great job for me. You were killing it, so I appreciate it. So I'm hoping that when we get back together, I'll be able to do that again. And boy, the more I have a newfound appreciation for Wolfpack now that I'm watching it and playing it, and it's hard work, buddy, and I really do appreciate you. But I know that you guys worked around me a couple times, and I appreciate that. So again, please accept my apology for missing out on Tuesday night. I really hated to miss it. Fields of Fire is a great, and Mike, I bet it is a great game. I think, like I said, I've just got that initial bad taste in my mouth about it, and so I'm hoping that after watching some playthroughs and everything, I'll get more, you know, I'll like it more and learn more about it. Yeah, and Christoph, I think the thing is, sometimes we get in our own way when we're trying to. So I was this way with Wolfpack, trying to read the rules. I guess I couldn't visualize it the way I was trying to visualize it. And, you know, Mike graciously said, hey, I'll show you how to play. And watching some of his playthroughs, it really got me. Now I kind of know what the thing is. And to be honest with you, I think if I hadn't had YouTube and hadn't had seeing that, I don't know if I'd have played the game. So I really am. I love the fact that people play games and they, you know, I mean, a designer will sit you and walk you through the game. That's I love that about Mike, and I love that about the game. And yeah, so I'm like I said, I'm hoping that I get to check out Fields of Fire and in a later. Right. Well, so that's kind of funny you say that, Christoph. So I did that in my Western Front Ace. I made a mistake, and I'm like, look, guys, I'm not going back. I'm going to move forward, and you know, that's why I like playing. I do like playing face to face, and because you do learn how to play certain things, and you see how people do it, and sometimes you just need that extra push on how to do it correctly, right? So, you know, I do appreciate that, and I'm really looking forward to our game of Enemy Action Kharkov. All right, guys. Well, I've been a little long-winded, almost 10 minutes over, so I really do appreciate you guys hanging out tonight. Thanks for stopping by. I think we had almost 20 people in here at one time, and folks, I'm so humbled by that. Really do appreciate that. I know you guys have lots of things you could be doing on a Thursday night, and instead of hanging out with me. If you do, if you haven't subscribed to the Cardboard Commander YouTube channel, please go and do that. Go check out our Facebook group. We're on Instagram. I'm on. Hey, is anybody out there on Blue Sky? I am really tempted to just jump off X and go to Blue Sky. I just don't know anybody who's using it right now. But you know, I need to see that. Stuka said, looks at mistakes in voluntary red. Exactly. And you know, and again, I think sometimes war gamers in general, it's a game, right? It's, yes, I want to play it by the rules, and yes, I want to play the best I can, but I don't really care if I win. I want to win, but I don't care if I win, and I'm not going to fret over a missed rule from here to there. So, all right, everybody, I want to thank you guys again. Have a great evening, and be safe, be kind, and happy wargaming, everybody. Talk to you soon.